Ellie, let's tell the people watching, ano ba Trixie yung biohacking? What are you guys talking about? Woo-woo ba yan or something? What is that?
Wow, finally, people are getting it.
We are delighted to have you here at the Phil SME Business Show. This is a business podcast and vodcast dedicated to help SME business owners like you boost your business. Stay with us as we hear from the partners who help make these leadership stories possible. Toyota, Tahoe Story, and Canva.
Biohacking, human potential, German new medicine. These are the words that we don't really understand, but they sound so interesting and they are really life-changing. So what's nice about today is that all those things we will be able to understand more as our guest sheds a light on longevity and everything else that you really have to know whether you're a business person or not. So I'm excited to share with you the biohacking pioneer of the Philippines, the founder and owner of Upgrade by Unlimited, Eli Abella. Ellie!
Trix, hello! It's so nice to see you again after so long. You're
Thank
welcome.
you for saying yes. I know that for people like you talagang energy is everything. So I'm so happy that you said yes to us.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for the opportunity to spread the word about biohacking, which has been around for a while. But you know, if you ask any person on the street or anybody at all, hey, have you heard of biohacking? The answer is always no, especially in the Philippines.
That is why when I met you, I think that was around, I was introduced to you around pandemic time. So around that time, you were doing this already for what? 5 years, not during that
Yes.
time, diba?
Yes.
Imagine now, it's been a decade. And I'm sure you have evolved so much that parang I won't be able to catch up. But okay, as we start, Ellie, let's tell the people watching, ano ba Trixie yung biohacking? What are you guys talking about? Woo-woo ba yan or something? What is that?
It's interesting because biohacking actually can be woo-woo. Because if we look at like the whole human, kasama yung spirituality and you know something bigger than ourselves. But we don't want to go there because we might confuse and turn off people, diba? But basically, biohacking is a movement that was founded by tech entrepreneurs, okay? And my mentor is Dave Asprey. He's a Silicon Valley, you know, coder and everything. And he founded the movement because he was so sick. He had Asperger's, he had Lyme disease, he was obese and everything. And his testosterone was so low, his heart health was so bad. The doctor said, wala ka nang, you know, wala ka nang magagawa dyan. I'm sorry. Ano, puro medicine ka na lang. And he said, no way, you know. I'm gonna find something out there, machines or nutrition. I'm just gonna look for something that will make me well. And he did. He found it actually in the mountains of Tibet. Okay,
Wow.
he was soul searching. He went to the mountains of Tibet, and then he tried yak butter tea. When he took a sip of yak butter tea, so yak is the animal that they ride going up the mountains. When he drank that, he had clarity. It's like whoa, parang he had a big brain boost. He said, "What is this?"
Right
Okay.
after.
Yeah,
It's like instant.
instant. That's where bulletproof coffee came from.
Oh, okay. I see.
Okay, so if you don't know what bulletproof coffee is, it's grass-fed butter and MCT oil in organic coffee.
Do we have that
so
here?
mycotoxin free. Yes, we had the supplier, and they were here since 2014, 2015.
So people can buy from you in the center.
Not from me, but I would refer them to the suppliers who are my colleagues, who are my friends. So actually, by that time, it was better to buy bulletproof coffee because you couldn't find mycotoxin-free coffee, meaning that coffee without the mold. It's very clean coffee. It was bulletproof lang. And then it was also hard to get MCT oil, except from bulletproof. And it was also hard to get grass-fed butter, except from whatever, from the UK or, diba, mahal. Now you can get it everywhere. So you could get Benguet single origin coffee, diba? You can have local MCT oil. There's so many
You're saying
suppliers
just
na.
like what he got, what he
Yeah.
drank.
When it was new that time, it was so hard to get, so new eh. And now maraming ng evolution, diba? There's so many copycats already, and there's so many people serving it in cafes, bulletproof coffee. So basically, when you have the fat, MCT oil, and butter, it kind of biohacks the hormonal signaling for satiation and also for hunger. So leptin and ghrelin hormones.
So, Ellie, when we say you biohack yourself, it's like you do something to yourself, whatever that is. You take something or you go through something, and then it's like, okay, yung biology ko, ayusin ko.
I'll deepen pa the definition. So biohacking is controlling your biology so it doesn't control you. But how do we do that? We look for hacks. So when we say hack, we think of it as a clever shortcut to do something faster. For example, you align a picture frame using a fork, using the nail, and then that aligns it. That's a hack, right? When we look at bio, that means life. Life means vital energy. So basically, it's finding clever shortcuts or clever hacks to replenish vital energy. Now, how do you do that? You can do it simply by fasting. Fasting is a biohack. Cold showers, that's a biohack. Walking barefoot in the forest or in grass. Or sun eating at 12 noon, grounding. These are free biohacks, okay? Gazing in sunrise and sunset with naked eyes for 10 minutes when you wake up to inform the body of the circadian rhythm. That's another powerful biohack. However, the one thing that biohacking, the movement was created, was to biohack is time. People don't have time to go to the forest, go to a cave and, inhale the mist of a waterfall and everything.
Or even go to the beach.
Or even go to
without
the
having
beach.
to lose half your day.
Especially people who live in the cities. It's so hard for us to go. I mean, BGC and Pasig, there are, in Quezon City, there are places that you can go to. But people don't have time. It's so traffic. To get there, it's too much, diba? So biohacking brings the healing forces of nature to you, diba? By means of technology-based wellness. So we have clinical grade, non-medical machines that mimic the natural healing forces of nature, and then they respond to the pathways of regeneration of the body.
The same way that the original, let's say the nature would, no? And then in a shorter amount of time pa when they go to your center.
Exactly, because it's a higher dose, more concentrated, more intentional, and then we can also customize it. Like, for example, if you have painful joints or if you have a cold or something, we can customize the program to that.
This is so perfect. I've always wanted, I will go to the unlimited centers very soon because I really believe in that. I mean, I haven't, hindi pa kami nakikita ni Ellie noon. Parang, sige, I really want to go there. And then pandemic. I think you opened during pandemic.
I did.
What bravery.
My dear, I had no idea there was going to be a pandemic, right?
Pero syempre, the machines are there na.
Yeah. I was like questioning, hello, the higher intelligence. Ano
Diba?
ba?
Ano ginagawa niyo sa
Joke
akin?
ba to? Or something. Pero the interesting thing is, when I found biohacking in 2015, there was a sense of urgency. It was like, hey, you have to go to this guy's website, go to his course, fly to New York in 3 months, take the bulletproof coaching certification under Dave Asprey, and then buy all of his machines and put up a center. Ganon.
Wow.
A sense of urgency. Yung pala, the sense
Yun pala yun.
was a pandemic. Though at that time, I was my God, I was like, this is the biggest joke. I opened and then I closed. I put everything in that center. But there was like this North Star. There was this, trust the process. The way will never be wrong. Once you walk on the way appears. However it will be, just trust it.
I super love that. I really believe in that. And I can't even put into words how to justify or to explain that. But I know that feeling, and it's like, meron ka baka pa rin, syempre, pero parang yung hope mo is so much higher, and you feel like I'm following blindly but not.
Yes.
Wonderful.
And then if you look at Stoicism, for example, diba? Stoicism is a Hellenistic philosophy that's used by the ancients, like Marcus Aurelius used it and everything. It's a particular mindset, which I feel is a really powerful biohack. Now, the obstacle is the way.
Totoo.
Yeah.
No matter how painful.
In retrospect, okay, borrowing from Steve Jobs, where you connect the dots backwards and you reflect upon the journey, it's like, you know what, this thing happened, this pandemic happened, but there are so many good things that came out of it, no matter if at that time we were suffering, we were angry, we were scared and everything. But my gosh, look at what it awakened. There's this huge consciousness of wellness now that everybody is so into. Everyone and her sister are now, I'm into wellness. I want to fast and I want to work out and I want to do everything. Where before, walang pake.
Wala. Kaya the creator said, Ellie, buksan mo na yan.
Yeah.
And then, sorry ha, hindi mo to maintindihan, pero I have to shut you down
Correct.
because boom again.
Correct, exactly. Because I will have, I should have been established already by the time this consciousness is
Not
already
that sisimulan
red.
mo pa lang. Dapat medyo andyan ka
Oo,
na.
andun na ako. And evolved from my original biohacking journey. Kasi I've evolved above it na, where biohacking is a part. And when I say biohacking, I mean my center. The clinical grade machines, the use of them, the purpose of them has evolved as well.
Wonderful. That's why I really can't wait. Sabi ko, Ellie, pwede ka ba? I really want to sit down with you. Kasi, you know, I mean, of course, this is a business show. But obviously, for you to be able to have that clarity to continuously do what you're doing or, you know, develop your business, run your company, provide for your people, you have to have clarity and you have to be healthy, diba?
Yes.
So this is perfect kasi nga parang kahit ako, sabi ko, okay, when I'm in the Philippines, sabi ko, I really have to go to you.
Yes.
Kasi I believe in those things, right? And then, parang, ano siya, Ellie, parang, eto na yun eh, ano bang mawawala sa'yo? Walang mawawala sa'yo. Siguro, sige, pera, pero yung kapalit niya, gosh, like you said, no, you go to the red light, because she has a lot of machines. The right red light. You go to the red light and then you will feel this rejuvenated, you'll feel yung mga ganyan. So parang ngayon ka pa nga lang, parang if I only have the time now, I would go straight here. But I think your center is open till like 5 p.m.
6 p.m., yeah.
6 p.m. No? So what we're doing here is making the people understand that, okay, especially for you SMEs, you're running a business. Ellie, tell us, why do they need to go to the center to experience for themselves when you already told us all the tips on how we can biohack ourselves?
Yeah, the number one thing, okay, so before COVID hit, there is a pandemic that has been around for decades. And that pandemic is loss of sleep. People are not sleeping. The Filipinos are not sleeping. Of course, we're the BPO capital, diba? So talagang hindi natutulog with intention, diba? And that is like the biggest cause of disease. One of the biggest causes of diseases in the body is people are not sleeping talaga. And the question there is, bakit hindi siya tinanggal ni Mother Nature? 1/3 siya ng buhay. If Mother Nature is all about efficiency of time, bakit niya, di ba, hindi tinanggal? That means kailangan natin 1/3 of our lives, we need to be asleep in order to function well as a human being.
We're not talking about the naps, ha?
Yeah.
We're not talking about you work at night, you sleep during the day. That's so different.
We're
pa rin.
talking about circadian rhythm. There's a reason there's day and night, and it's 12 hours, and then the sun goes up, the cycle of the sun, where it is, the phases of and everything, has a direct effect on our biology. Yeah. And for me, it's like disease is caused by two things. The loss of nature, LOSS, and the loss of nurture. So I can get into that later. Nurture means our relationships.
Ay,
So
wow. Okay.
That's where I
Not-
evolved to from biohacking.
Not even food. I was thinking food.
Oo.
Pero not even. That's
No.
deeper, no? Relationships.
Relationships talaga.
Okay.
So my slogan now, it's been 10 years since I've been biohacking. My slogan now is master your relationships, master your biology. Kasi all of our illnesses are
I
from
love that.
our relationships. Yeah.
You know what? Kailan ba to? Ever since I was awakened in a way by, you know what, everything in your body, your illness, whatever you feel,
Yeah.
masaya, masama, malungkot, ganyan. That's not really, symptoms lang yan eh. Diba? It all comes from may feeling dyan or may nangyari sa'yo na hindi mo na-process or meron kang dinadala.
Oo.
No, it's not like, no, it's just the food. Parang, not really.
Not really.
There's something really bigger than that.
Yes.
So that's what we're trying to also get into.
So we have to look at the root. We have to look at how we evolved, diba? We evolved over billions of years. And we started off as a ring-shaped organism, very simple organism that ate and pooped, and that's it. Over time, we studied ourselves and we said, hey, we can adapt, we can get stronger, we can grow limbs, we can go on land, we can build, we can have communities. 500 million years ago, we became mammals from our reptilian selves. And one of the biggest successes of the mammalian group, which is the dominant group of animals, including humans, is social connection. We became biosocial creatures, meaning we are born in a group of individuals that take care of each other. Diba? So we are a group of individuals that take care of each other, but especially we take care of the young, the weak, the injured, the elderly, and the sick. Diba? We take care of them. That's survival of the species. That's how we became successful. So it's the same with a herd of elephants, a herd of horses, a pack of wolves, a pod of orcas, a pride of lions. Same thing, diba? And so looking at that, how we evolved, evolution, nature, Mother Nature said, itong kailangan mo para mag-survive. So our nervous system, our organs evolved to be in social relationships. So basically, our nervous system is wired to be sensitive to the ones that we have to take care of and the ones who are taking care of us. Diba? And simply said, if these bonds are cut or disconnected or even harming you, your organs go out of whack. Your organs are like, oh no, you're in trouble. You cut that social bond. Oh no, they're harming you. So the organs will respond to that. And that's the reason, very simply and clearly, why I say master your relationships, master your biology. And that's from an evolutionary standpoint.
It's beautiful. And I would like to think when you say master your relationships, it's like all your relationships, right? Because you can have, sige, this one is a very close relationship.
Yes.
I'll give so much energy into this. This one is just acquaintance.
Yes.
I know what kind of energy I'll give and importance I'll give there, right? So, ang ganda nun, Ellie. Kasi totoo.
It's so true. And also kasi, like an acquaintance, words kasi can cause illness, right? You say things, you harm them with your words, or you make them feel less than or not good enough. So it's also how you present yourself to an acquaintance or a stranger, a Grab driver, security guard. How do you treat them? Even the pedestrians crossing, diba? How do you treat them? Will you destroy their day or will you make their day? We're social creatures no matter what. We affect everybody in our vicinity.
Exactly. Even okay, you're talking about how we treat, no? So may action na dyan or may words ka na. And I would like to think, even before that, I mean, the mere fact that you see, for example, your employee or your boss or your colleague, what do you think about the person? What builds here also affects you, affects the people there, diba? Kasi that's energy. And then, whatever it is that's here, it affects you. Kaya nga sabi nila, huwag ka na magalit. Kasi pag nagalit, ikaw yung talo.
Oh, exactly.
They're not thinking about you, but you have all the stress.
Plus, to look at the non-randomness of nature, diba? Nature will always challenge you to rise above a kink in your ability to be a bigger person. Parang ganyan.
Lagi, no?
Diba? Because that's evolution. From a single, celled organism, we are this. It's like nature just wants you to be better and better and better and better. We don't want to devolve. We want to be better.
But
diba?
sometimes akala mo, ito na yung ultimate test. Tapos makita mo like, few years down the road, oh my God, wala palang sinabi yung test na yun sa test that I have right now.
Yeah.
Which is, pag inisip mo naman, oo naman, ang gandang ganun yung life. Other than what? You wanna stagnate for what? 3 years, 5 years? Hindi, wala nang happiness doon.
Yeah. But I would also go deeper than that and a little bit more, let's say, poetic. It's also the people that you find yourself with in your adulthood are reflections of what you need to fix that was kulang or missing in your childhood. Yeah, so the relationships, kasi we practice being a relational creature in our childhood, diba? So we surround ourselves with different personas, mother, father. How they model parenting is how normally you would model, how you would be a parent. And then it passes on, right? If there are kinks, we call it ancestral trauma. But, not to be woo-woo, but biologically, nature just wants you to be better. It will reveal, hey, this is a weakness.
Yes.
Rise above. Rise above.
Sometimes it just mirrors to you.
Yeah.
Na eto yan.
Yeah, break the
you
cycle.
don't understand until
Yes.
you're done.
Yes. So your boss could be a mere reflection of your father, an authoritative figure who didn't see you, who sees you as lowly, who treats you harshly, and condescends and puts you down and everything. And so you have this opportunity to rise above that and see, I am powerful in me. I am not going to allow, I am responsible for the choices I make in my life, including allowing someone to take my power or not, or to give truth to his words. If they're not true, diba? So things like that. It's human potential. That's it.
Yun ang human potential.
Lahat.
Like understanding, realizing.
Everything.
Ganyan.
Yeah, everything.
So, would you say this is biohacking? If,
Yeah.
okay, for example.
My biohacking.
This is my biohacking. I wanna ask about.
Yeah.
Kasi bigla ko ngayon lang, when we're talking, I realized. So, if the way I look at things is like, okay, the people that I have here, whether they're good for me or initially not good for me, I needed them. They were placed in my life because they are the ones who will help me evolve.
Yes.
Either brings out the best or the worst in me, but I need them.
You need them.
So the way I look at it that way, that's a biohack for me.
Yes. Yes.
So, iniintindihan ko na yung biohacking. So,
it's a clever shortcut.
Thank you, Ellie. So the thing is this. Okay, yes, you understand. You can do what she said and what we're, looking at. But I also believe that, for example, you have the machines in Upgrade by Unlimited because ito nga yung biohack pa. Parang binayohack mo pa yung biohack mo.
Yes.
Because you will have instant results.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, basically, what it did for me, biohacking, it made me a better person. It made me kinder. I'm an Aries.
As told by other people. Ganun ba siya? And as felt.
Metacognition. Me, like observing myself from another place and how I evolved and my thoughts and whatever. It's like, I'm a better person now.
When did you realize that? Like, after how long or how short?
A
Of
year.
using? A year after? You mean to say a year after biohacking plus using the machines, you saw?
Only because a life situation called for it. Diba? Otherwise, ganyan yung biohacking eh. It's like working. And then until na lang, you need to step up and you need to be in your best
forced,
version.
no?
And you're like, wow, kaya ko pala to. Ganyan.
Exactly.
So what happened was in 2017, I had a gardener who cut down a tree with lots of nests and birds in it. I left for the day, came back, and it was cut. And it was gone. And his excuse was, it was the association that told him to cut it because of the Meralco the lines. And I said, I was livid because I love that tree so much. And I'm an Aries, so I usually burst out with all of this anger and ganyan. And so I really, burst out, and I thought I wanted to, shouting, why did you do that?
Okay.
It's so funny. In the middle of that outburst, something was downgrading, downshifting my anger, and metacognition. I could see, bumababa.
Like you felt it?
Yeah. I felt it in my nervous system.
Na parang, bakit di ako nagagalit masyado?
Oo.
Bakit?
Yeah, it's because I have trained my body for coherence, using two gadgets, two machines. na you train it, na when you go to this high level of hyperarousal, you train the system to go back to green.
Okay.
Yeah, and so it only displayed itself at the life situation where I would outburst to that hyperarousal. And I felt it in my body na, bumababa. And then after a few minutes, we were laughing.
So, nagulat ka rin?
Yeah,
After the
nagulat
fact,
ako.
What? Who's this?
Are
Who's
you
this person?
kidding? But of course, let's be real. It took me 4 days to be super zero, but not bad, right? Kasi I would look at the tree and then I would be angry again, pero mababa na.
Mas mababa ng mas mababa.
Tapos
as days go by.
downgrade ulit. But after 4 days, I would see that naked stump and I'm like, nah, it's just gonna grow. Without biohacking, I would have fired him. I would have gone to the HOA. I would have sued them. I would have done all of these things, destroyed my life, destroyed other people's lives for what? For nothing.
So what we're saying here, if you're a business owner and you have anger
Yes.
management
Yes.
issues,
Yes.
or you're an aspiring entrepreneur, pero parang I don't know what to do. I'm always like, okay, let's go, and then I go back and forth. Parang this will give you the things that you needed to reach the human potential
Yes.
that you have in this lifetime.
Yeah.
So parang
The number
Tama
one
ka.
thing, yes, you're right. The number one state that biohacking wants you to reach is presence. So the Zen, the ancients and the Ayurvedics, it's really about presence. So they meditate for 40 years. It's to stay present. So now you don't have to meditate for 40 years. You can just come to a
Just go to the
center,
center.
and in 2 months you're there, kind of like that, di ba?
So that's nice.
Yeah.
Honestly, talaga, promise. You really have to try it. I understand. You see, here in the Philippines, that's still relatively new.
Yeah.
Parang,
Yeah.
siguro kahit magtanong ka dito, parang ano yun?
Oo.
Lalo na, may center na gano'n, di ba?
Oo,
But I see that we have centers like yours.
Yes, yes.
Are, they're starting to pop out.
They are.
One dito, I think there's one pa in the
Quezon
south.
City, there's
mga ganyan. So
Makati,
dumadami, no? Which
yeah,
is, for me,
Pasig.
parang wow.
Yeah.
People are understanding
Yeah.
the need for this. So it's very good.
Super, guess why? Also, biohacking is like 4.9 trillion potential around the world globally this year.
Wow.
So Dubai is building a longevity biohacking island with resorts and regenerative homes. So
go
it's
there?
like that, just to see. Just to see.
Kasi you have your own.
Oo, tsaka, you know what? I also, kasi parang it's become so elitist. Na parang
You mean
only,
because of the price and because
Yeah.
of, other people don't understand
Yeah,
this. Do you
yeah,
get
yeah.
it? Tapos parang, yeah, you know what? Ganyan.
Yeah. So
Uh-huh.
like the rich and famous are like, okay, I'm gonna invest in these, expensive lights, and the floor is grounded and the water is like, structured and all of that. So mahal, diba? So parang naging elitist. I'm not there. I want to go grassroots. I want to go back to nature, because that's the original OG biohack, right? Go back to nature. Stay in a small home where you can have the light of the sun, the circadian lighting of the sun, ground in your own ground, like grass and everything, the trees and animals and insects, commune with them. That's where I want to go.
Yun na yun.
But I'm proud na biohacking is totally, wow, finally. People are getting it, diba? Everyone and her sister is like, I want to get into wellness, and I want to get into machines and IV drips and peptides and all of that. Sure, great, because it's a fixed paradigm of health. It really is, because it's self-responsibility, diba? We put the power in the hands of the people. That's basically what biohacking started as.
We're just really going back to how it was before and how it should actually be.
Yeah.
Diba? Parang minsan nga nalilito na ako, ano ba, because of the technology ba, humaba ba yung buhay natin? Or umikse? Hindi ko na alam eh. Kasi noon naman ang haba ng buhay nila, wala naman yung, parang ano ba talaga? Pero in fairness naman, of course, if we talk about a person with a disease at this day and age, hahaba pa, lasalang haba buhay mo. So you have the medicine compared sa dati. But then again, with the lifestyle that we have now, lalo na yung mga, kasi naman Ellie, di ba? Ang daming SMEs in the Philippines. Business owners, very, how do you call it? Very hardworking. Na sobra sometimes, yung pagiging hard worker nila, they take it as a badge na, di ako natulog ngayon, wow.
Yeah.
Gone are those days, di ba?
Yeah.
Ngayon parang, you know what, non-negotiable sa akin yung tulog.
Oo, correct.
Parang hindi talaga. Parang kahit sino yan, hindi. Cancel ko yan, I need to sleep.
Correct. Dapat
Diba?
ganyan.
Ganun
Yeah,
siya.
that's a secret to longevity. We call it life spanning, but for me, it's more of vital spanning. Because a long life doesn't mean you're vital, right? You could have a long life, but you're uuga-uga. That's not a life.
Oh, ayoko na ng ganun.
Diba? So vitality, vital spanning. I think the advantage to being in this modern world is the technology that we had. Okay, kasi the ancients, they could only really look at corpses and look at, the meridian points and whatever. They didn't have the technology. Although, galing na, okay na, diba, at that time. But now we have something called Germanische Heilkunde, which was known before as German New Medicine. And thanks to the CT scan, to modern technology, we were able to really study the biology in a really clear way and look for patterns that are replicable, duplicable, and can comprise a law of nature, which means that they're immutable and they're 100% duplicable with everyone who has a biology. So basically, because of that, that's where I got my theory that if you master your relationships, you master your biology. Because 90 to 95% of all our illnesses are due to our relationships. And of course, that includes our relationships with ourselves. Yeah, but vis-a-vis, how do we understand who we are if not from our early relationships in the nest,
Exactly.
right? That's how
Yeah,
we develop
exactly.
a sense of identity of who we are in this world, culturally, diba, socially as well. So,
Totoo yun. I couldn't agree more. So, I heard you talked about the German New Medicine,
Yes.
right? Can you make us understand, ano ba yun, Ellie? Is that also biohacking or there's something else?
for me, in my definition, if biohacking means controlling your biology so it doesn't control you, it's like kind of the advantage you have of knowing in a dark forest where the wolves live. And then knowing where danger lurks and where not to go, and things like that is what Germanische Heilkunde gave. And the reason it's German New Medicine. A lot of practitioners still use German New Medicine because he called it the new medicine, diba? As opposed to the old, paradigm, the
Are we talking
Rockefeller
about, when we
medicine.
talk about it, are we talking about the music? Or that's just a part of it?
Yeah, we're talking about the body of work talaga. So Germanische Heilkunde, it was founded by a German doctor, Dr. Rick Gerdhammer, in 1981 as a result of his son
Relatively
dying.
new, ha? New ko talaga kasi 1981. Oo.
Super new because guess why? Because that's when the CT scans came out. That's when it became standard a standard machine in the hospitals, and he happened to work in the oncology ward, and he was able to see the brain scans of cancer patients, and he found that his son passed away, died in his arms, and 3 months later he had testicular cancer. So it's like everybody asks, why do you have cancer? You're so healthy, you're so health guru, and you eat so well, you exercise, kanyan. Ba't ka nagka-cancer? Now we know why. Because there is an acute, highly dramatic, unexpected event that happened that makes you feel all alone and caught off guard. A life event. And again, relationship, anak. Number one, organs are coded to your anak and to everyone in the nest. So what came out? What cancer, what organ responded to that death? Is testicles, the testicular cancer. Meaning, sabi niya, namatayan ka, gawa tayo ng bago. Gawa tayo ng bagong anak. Because if you look in the animal kingdom, if it's all about survival of the species, nawalan ka ng generation ng anak, patay ang species. So there has to be an emergency survival response that the DNA is coded into na if you lose a species, if you lose a kid, your testicles are going to be more virile, more potent to make more. And it's going to make your libido stronger so that you mate and then you have a replacement species. A replacement progeny, di ba? A replacement offspring. Yon. So he looked at that. And then he proved it also with the CT scans of every person who had testicular or ovarian cancer. For a woman, it's ovarian. We call it a profound loss conflict. Profound
Okay,
loss.
so you're saying now, Ellie, This is not to generalize, syempre, di ba? Pero parang, okay, that's what this study shows. Na normally, if the issue is, kunyari, ovaries, it has to do something with losing a person, right?
Usually, anak.
The same way that, for example, I believe na if you have anything, issues with lungs, that's like sadness. That's like...
In Chinese medicine, yes.
So
But
may
not
mga
for...
not for
Yeah,
not for-
yeah.
Stay with us as we hear from the partners who help make these leadership stories possible. The Mindful Cup.
Ellie, I just wanted to i-claro lang natin.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when I mentioned kanina na, okay, ako I believe that certain illnesses in the body corresponds to a certain issue, no?
Yes.
So not everyone naman with, let's say, ovarian cancer,
Yes,
yun yung
yes.
issue nila.
Correct. Yeah, let's say you lose a child or a loved one or even a pet. Kasi ovarian testicles, they can also respond to the loss of a pet because they're like our children.
So
diba?
also to ha, also,
Oo.
it's not for all.
So hindi lahat, no? Hindi lahat will have the program of cancer kasi there are criteria. And I mentioned it kanina. It was perceived as acute and highly dramatic. It was unexpected. It came from left field. You feel all alone in this. Like, ako lang, burden ko lang to, ako lang. And you're caught off guard. Meaning, you're caught on the wrong foot. You don't know what to do. So the last two, if you have social bonds and a beautiful family that can embrace you, who will not make you feel alone, and also will give you the solutions to being caught off guard. It's okay. You don't have to think about anything. We're here to take care of your labada, your your school, whatever, anything. Don't worry. Then it doesn't have to land as a biological program. Diba?
I believe
So
in
that's why
that.
relationships are our medicine.
I
They
love
are
it.
our medicine.
Yun talaga yun, di ba?
Yun
so,
yun.
so, yeah, I mean, again, uulitin mo, if you want to have, so pag tinignan mo, di ba, why do you want to have a better business, for example? Balik ko ulit sa PHILSME community.
Correct.
Di ba? You're providing because you love them.
Yes.
So, sometimes, by providing, you get to sacrifice
Yes.
the main idea of being with them, di ba?
Yeah.
Kasi nga parang I'm busy.
Oo.
Pero in a way, it affects your relationship with them. So parang,
Yeah.
sayang lang.
Yes, yes.
So what I'm just saying here is that, you know what, if you can find the time to really biohack your way
Yes.
into whatever you need, and
Oo.
then read about biohacking, go to Ellie's Unlimited
Yeah.
Center, or just start from, if you feel overwhelmed, because this might be
Yeah.
overwhelming for some.
Yeah,
Lalo
yeah,
na
yeah.
hindi pa sure, di ba? Parang, okay, for those that gayon lang to nakita,
Oo.
biohacking, what's that? Hindi ba?
Yeah.
How do we make them start in their
Yeah.
own ways?
Ayun. So kanina, like what I mentioned is like open the window in sunrise and sunset. Bring yourself. It's really going back to nature.
Right.
Diba? And we came from nature. My gosh, the plants and the animals, where do they get their energy from? Yung photosynthesis. From the
Ang
sun.
galing, di ba?
Pareho lang tayo. And the elements are within us. We have a fluid system, that's water. We have wood, that's our bones, di ba? We have wind, that's our breath. We have fire, the digestive fire. We are a planet. So we have to go back to the earth, go back. And then we have to connect with each other, because when we lose our connections, that's when we wither. But when we have really deep social bonds, that's when we come alive, fully alive. Kasi we have a purpose. We have a reason to live. And you know, the greatest love is you wanting to sacrifice your life for someone. Diba? For your children. Or, you know, that's love. But without children or without anyone to live for, parang life becomes so blasé. It becomes purposeless and passionless. I'm sure there are people who can find other passions, but it becomes deeper. The meaning of life is deeper when it's for others.
And that's why it's your
Yeah.
responsibility also to make your life the quality of your life so much
Yes,
better.
yes.
Because it's easier to say, oh, I can die for you. Like, oh, but why would you die?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
live for me better, right?
Yeah,
like love yourself
exactly.
more, and then you're doing me a favor.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So the biohacking,
Yeah.
it's really for peak performers. So
That's the word, peak
elite
performers.
athletes and whatever, diba? Elite athletes kasi they play so many roles.
Yeah,
I'm
they
a
go to you
national
when
athlete.
before they compete, no, they go to your center first. and
Which means
then,
they have to have great great brain,
oo.
mental, lahat
Focus,
yan,
lahat.
emotional and physical, lahat. Plus pag uwi nila, their father, their brother, their son, their ganyan, 'di ba? Their
Ang dami
mother,
na
daughter,
naman, oo.
ganyan, ganyan. But a single mother with 4 children is a peak performer. Right?
True.
Parents with special needs kids, they're peak performers.
Just
Diba?
for all. This
A
really is for all.
teenager going through a depressive time, they're peak performers. They have to perform to live. And so biohacking gives us a way to live our lives, but in the best possible, highest energy. So that you have gas and you have 100% battery charge to be the best you can be in your life.
Tama.
That's what
We just started with
biohacking is.
2026, and I think if you have the means and you're looking
Yeah.
for, okay, how else do I make myself live a better life, the
Yes.
best year yet, diba? And then this is a call for you. This is a sign to biohack your way to a better life.
Yes.
Ellie is there. She has her own podcast also.
Yes.
Just search for her. You will see it. Listen to her. And even in her communities on Facebook, which I'm also a part of, ang galing. People would ask her. She would really respond. And she would really explain. I'm like, oh, girl, where do you get your time and energy? And so as we end, Ellie,
Yes.
I just wanted again to thank you for being there for me during the time also when I was
Oh.
like lost. Because during the time that my husband, the founder of PHILSME
Yeah.
Expo Network, David, you were in Germany that time, so I could
Yes.
only do Zoom with you, and I was asking you, Ellie, what do I tell him? Diba?
Yeah.
And then I can't forget it kasi Ellie told me na parang, so my consultation with her went in a different way that I didn't know. I didn't expect kasi she was like, you know what, parang binalik niya sa akin eh. If you remember, it's like, but this is what you do as the wife or as a caregiver. Kasi you can't do anything with David already because he's not the one putting himself in the program.
Yeah.
So dun ko na-get sa, okay, so I cannot control what happens to him.
Yeah.
I control what happens to me.
Yes.
So that, of course, it will still affect him. Diba? So parang, oh nga, no, I didn't see that. I didn't see it that way. So, parang, sayang lang if we knew about it earlier.
Yeah.
But I would say that things happen for a reason, so it's meant to be. If you're meant to live longer, you're meant to be here.
Yeah.
If you're meant to go at 42, you're meant to go at 42, at 43. So
It's a great mindset.
going
Great
back, Ellie,
attitude.
thank you. I think I have to live long talaga for our son.
You do.
And a
Yeah.
quality life. So yeah, that's why every day we walk. Like, umpisa umaga. I mean, hindi ako mag-work nang hindi kami naglalakad ni Artie. And then sometimes grounding pa yon.
Nice.
And it's just like, totoo yun.
And being
Nature,
with
nature
each
is,
other.
diba? Nature is, thank you God for nature. Everything's there already.
Period. We
period.
are nature. We are nature. Let's nurture our nature to connect. And that means to the forces of nature and with each other.
So I hope, Ellie, we can see you at the
Yes.
PHILSME Expo. You have to be there. You have to, business people should see what they're missing out so they would understand na, may options pala eh, to reach pa higher potential,
Oo,
diba?
talaga.
So, Ellie, just please feel free to invite them to visit your center and get in
Yes.
touch with you.
Okay, come by Upgrade by Unlimited. We are at 123 Pioneer Street, Mandaluyong City. And you can also see us in our social media pages. I have Coach Eli Abella, Biohacking Pioneer, PH, and also Unlimited PH, both in IG and Facebook. And we'll see you at the 18th PhilSME Business Expo.
Yay! Thank you!
Thank you so much, my dear.
If you like this show, like and tap the follow button. Please feel free to leave us a review before you go, as this will definitely help more SME business owners in the Philippines. Thank you. Until the next episode.